Thomas Cochren was born in 1775 in Ansfield, Scotland, to Anna Cochren and the 9th Earl of Dundonald, Archibald Cochren. The Cochrens were the direct descendants of a lowland Scottish clan, whose origins are traced to a Viking warrior from around the 9th century, and the name itself is derived from an old Gaelic portmanteau meaning the roar of battle. The Cochrens had a long history of military service to the British Empire. Members of the clan had fought and died in the War of Spanish Succession, served as loyalists during the Jacobite Rebellion, and even partook in the French and Indian Wars in the New World, and the family was affectionately nicknamed the Fighting Cochrens. From a young age, Thomas wished to add to the Cochrens' fighting legacy by joining the Navy, but against his wishes, his father had him enlisted in the 104th Regiment of the King's Army. The young Scot hated army life, particularly the rigid dress code, stating this in his autobiography: "My hair, cherished with boyish pride, was plastered back with a vile composition of candle grease and flour. My neck, from childhood open to the lowland breeze, was cased in an inflexible leathern collar." Cochren fled back to his father, begging him to send him to sea rather than spend one more day in the army. This was the first time Cochren showed defiance in the face of authority, and it would become a theme for the rest of his life. On July 28, 1793, Thomas Cochren entered the Royal Navy as a midshipman. It was a position that he earned largely due to his family's influence. At 17, he was a few years older than most other midshipmen. Nevertheless, he made the most of his late start, eagerly learning every intricacy of naval life, impressing his superiors with his natural leadership abilities and voracious curiosity. Cochren had joined the Royal Navy when trouble was brewing on the continent. The French king, Louis XVI, had recently lost during the Revolution, and the newly established French Republic had declared war upon monarchies of Europe that would seek to reimpose a king on them. Thus, much of Cochren's naval career was defined by war with the French and their Spanish allies.